always shake my head when I get an email from someone telling me I should check out this latest system, the system that returns 300% per annum. But when I actually get to the website, they fail to tell me the metrics behind the system. You see, just knowing the return per annum isn't enough. There can be a whole host of things that would mean that that system is untradeable. Not to mention the fact that they're backtesting, and when they're only giving this sort of information, many times they might backtest over 1 week and show a massive return, and then when they try and extrapolate that out over the year, it shows a 300% return. What they don't tell you is that to trade that type of system, it may have a huge drawdown, or there might be a string of losses that most people just wouldn't be able to trade through. And this is why you need to know your system's metrics. You see, I can design a trading system that returns upwards of 300%. I have done it before in the past, but when you look at the metrics of these systems, it also has a drawdown of greater than 100%. How many people could be comfortable to lose their entire trading float for the chance of making a 300% return? To me, it sounds a little bit like gambling, and that's not something that I would do. And it's for this reason, before trading any trading system, you need to know and understand the system's metrics. If you're currently trading the market now, can you answer these questions? Could you tell me how many winners that you have relative to how many losers you have? That is, as a percentage, how many losing trades do you get relative to winning trades? How about if I asked you another question? Would you be able to tell me what is your average winning size? Like when you win, what is your average amount that you win? And what's the average amount that you lose? Perhaps can you tell me how many losses in a row does your system usually have? You know, maximum number of losses. What's the maximum number of winners it seems to have? You need to be able to know how many trades does your trading system take. Like, how many trades over a set period of time does it normally take? Are you trading, 3 times a day, or are you trading once a week? You need to know what is the drawdown of your system. If you're looking at the equity curve of a system, that is how much money is it making, from the peak to the lowest trough, what is that drawdown? How much of a loss is that as a percentage of your trading system? If you can't answer any of those questions that I ask you now, my advice is you stop trading, because you don't know your trading system and you're really just gambling. You're just guessing. You're trading in the dark. You need to know your system's metrics. If you think back to one of the previous chapters, one of the early chapters, where we talked about defining your objectives and making sure that you're clear on what it is that you want your trading system to achieve. Now we're at the point, once we start to analyse our system's metrics, that we can go, is this trading system going to be able to help us achieve those objectives? We all have a limited amount of time, for example. Perhaps you're working a 9 to 5. Now, through this system testing, you might find out that the trading system that you're thinking about trading has, 20 trades a day, and you need to be trading 20 times, but that's not possible with your current work environment, and you might not know this without testing your system. Similarly, you might have a level of risk that you're just not comfortable with after testing this system, and you're only comfortable with losing 10 or 15% over the year because this is your retirement fund. Unless you know these metrics, how would you know? And I suppose another thing, obviously, is the return. You want to make a certain amount of return, and we set those expectations when we set our objectives, but maybe you're not trading a system that could even get you close to that return. This is why we need to make sure that after looking at our metrics, we then need to take it back to our objectives and ensure that our system is going to help us meet our objectives. At this point, if everything's starting to check out and the metrics are linking back to your objectives and you go, yes, this is a system that I'd like to take even further, the importance of knowing these metrics straight up is that then once we start to trade it as well, we have a baseline, and we can then use that baseline to check the performance when we're trading in real time, just to make sure that the system's not deviating too much. It's true some systems perform better in different climates. So perhaps you're trading a very trend-following system in a very volatile market. It's not going to be a good match, and you'll find that your real-time results may not match your metrics. And that's another reason we do backtesting. Backtesting and looking and analysing our results isn't going to necessarily give us an indication as to how the system's going to perform in the future, but it can give us a baseline to know when we're completely off target. So suffice to say, take the time, find out the metrics that you need to know by reading the chapter below, and then make sure to analyse your system and determine if it's right for you.